Hello and welcome back to Disco Elysium. So, we're still kind of wandering around the beach, figuring out what happened to us in the middle of the night. And that's pretty much our plan. So I'm going to start by walking up to a few buildings, seeing what's going on there, and then we'll move on from that point. It's locked tight. Alright, so probably not going in this building then. You can't see into the house from this angle. Inside you hear the cozy sound of some kind of heater sputtering. Okay. Hello. The woman next to a bucket of cloves hums an odd melody. Her eyes are closed. You're not sure about the melody, but it might be South Samaran, possibly Sigayan, also known as the apricot suzerainty. Suzerainty? So it's suzerainty. Suzerainty.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
Okay.
Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
What he said. We're cops. We don't cause trouble. We take care of trouble.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Which you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
Wait, I've been here before?
No, not you personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another. Locked himself in that woodshed over there.
She points to the building behind her.
He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place. Somewhere more quiet.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat. What kind of an ill omen are we talking about?
Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Black hound.
That's you alright, a black hound licking your own heels. Well, if I'm considered an ill omen, why hasn't anyone told me that?
Maybe we are afraid.
Why?
Because you're an ill omen, but you're still welcome here, as long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then. Because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park your motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone, searching for treasure. So are others.
Don't worry, I found a parking space.
Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
Where could someone stay around here?
Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack.
Her soapy thumb points to the building behind her. How much is it?
Oh, I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM.
Well, there's this guy, Garty, who makes me give him money every night just so I don't die out in the cold.
That's exactly how they get you. That's why we built our own cinder block houses on the seaside, so we don't have to give money to those crooks.
She looks around.
They may not look like much, but they're ours.
Wait, so why isn't anyone using the room?
My kids grew up and left, like they do. The house is long empty now. I live in a small side attachment. It's easier and cheaper to keep warm.
I don't want a free room. It's not proper.
Oh, suit yourself, she says, tucking some loose hair back under her shawl. But should you ever need shelter, remember old Isobel and her shack by the sea.
Yeah, we'll keep paying for it. That's fine, I like the whirling rags. What is in this fishing village?
Just us. She sounds tired. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist.
What do you mean?
This is pretty much a non-place, she grins. A gap, a blank spot on the map, just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street.
The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny. This place is pornographically poor.
The lack of wealth is one of the things we've got in abundance.
The woman smiles cryptically.
Riddles,
the lieutenant marks dryly as he looks around.
Fits with the general ambience here? Aye.
Her eyes grow wide with glee.
As sometimes it's as though I've also gotten lost inside this nameless nothing.
I'm lost too.
Oh.
Her expression betrays curiosity.
It seems to be a common theme these days.
Well, I think I'm in the process of finding myself again.
Isn't that what people always think when they're lost?
A fleeting smirk runs across her lips.
Something I can do to help you find your way, officer.
There's got to be something here, tell me. She waves her hand southwest.
Over there you can find, well, more of the same. Shacks and trees growing in the wild, that's the pox.
What's the pox? What is that?
Oh, an old military hospital and its surroundings.
She looks towards the buildings to the south.
Or it used to be during the times of the suzerain. After the war, it was turned into a Goodwill hospital for shell-shocked victims and folks looking for some quiet in the old sanitarium gardens. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets and makeshift cinder block houses, shacks as far as the eye can see.
What happened to the hospital?
The Goodwill ran out.
She tightens the scarf around her neck.
The staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now.
Who else lives in this village?
Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east.
She nods her head across the courtyard.
But they're away right now. And then there's the drunks. He sighs. Not a pretty sight. But there's little we can do about them. Home is home, even for them.
I met Lillian already.
Lillian is tough. She nods. Tougher than the men here at least. If it wasn't for her and the kids, this place wouldn't have a spark of life left.
I haven't seen any drunks yet, though.
Sooner or later you'll see for yourself.
She slowly shakes her head.
Don't have to look long to find those guys.
Is there any way to make a little money around here?
Here, for you?
She lets out a dry chortle.
No, officer. The only money we have here is some coins the drunks tried hiding from their woman and forgot about them.
Alright, another topic. What's further down the coast?
Well, not much, she replies and wipes her forehead. There is the abandoned church, the DeLorean Church of Humanity. It's been there since before my time even.
Why is it abandoned?
Some things just don't fly, officer.
She smiles a gap-toothed smile and smells the air.
Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. It must have been nicer then. So they don't hold services there anymore? The ecclesiastics? No, they've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open. She frowns. It's a pity. It used to be such a nice church.
She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking. I get the feeling you're leaving stuff out. What else is going on?
Well, there's that music. Music from across the sea. She scoffs. It started a few days ago and now it's blasting even through the night. And now suspicious looking people are sneaking around the church. I just don't like that.
Interesting. You could have a look into this ruckus if you haven't half the time. What else is down coast?
Oh, before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex or some kind of electrical plant, run down bunch of houses, empty.
Which is it then? Apartments or electrical plant?
Oh, I don't know exactly. A pre-war place. It used to be something. She shrugs. Before the war. I wasn't here then, you know. I was born in Samara.
Anything else of note?
Of note, the old fish market up on the boardwalk, but it's closed.
Who wants to come to a fish market here?
No one. That's why it's closed.
After a long pause, she adds,
It was once a bustling place back when I was young, and so was everyone else. Now, what the catch we do bring in goes straight into a lorry for the Delta or somewhere else.
That's it. There's got to be more along the coast.
What, you're one of those real estate people with big plans? If you want development opportunity, you go check out the abandoned buildings over at Land's End. Used to be a supply depot, we think. Sending goods and ammo across the bay. It's jammed shut though. We tried to get in, see if there was anything to sell or salvage, but it's impossible.
She drops a bar of soap into the bucket with a splash.
And now you know everything there is to know about this coast.
Tell me about yourself. Who exactly are you here?
Me, I'm no one, just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isobel, if that's what you're asking, and my married name is Sadie. Now it's your turn, mister.
Call me Harry.
Why, I guess I will, Larry. It just rolls off the tongue. I used to know a Harry, strong lad, but dumb as a rock.
What happened to him?
Well, he did too many narcotics, so he fell off his boat and split his head on the buoy.
She rubs soap off her hands.
Folks who saw it say his head cracked open like a melon, nasty, nasty.
Right, I'm off. I dare say we learned absolutely nothing. Well, apart from that there's an abandoned power plant down... Well, there's a church and an abandoned power plant, but we already kind of knew about the church, didn't we? Yeah, so there's probably an abandoned power plant or some apartments. It might not be an abandoned power plant. Lots of money here, which is nice. Construction material. Whoever planned to build this house left in a hurry. What about over here? Over here we have... Whatever this thing is. It is... You see dust-covered linens, dried tulips on a bed. Okay. Hey, Trouters. +1 to Kingdom of Conscience. Consent. What does that even mean? I mean, that was one of these, wasn't it? What does it mean, +1 to that? Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So if I wear these... What does that do? Nothing. Oh, you know what it probably does? It probably gives me this thought for free. That's probably what it does. Yeah, okay, but I already have that thought. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. Don't need to worry about it then. What about this one? Through the broken glass, dusty shelves, and a forgotten chair. And in this one? Oh, we can go straight in. It's an actual place we can go into. Weird. Think there's going to be anyone here? No. It's a chair. You see a dark red chair in the dim light of the room. A cold breeze is enough to make the wall planks creak. We have a postcard, which is now our postcard. We also have a bow knot, which gives us +2 drama for neck. So inland, instead of inland empire, so we lose our inland empire. It goes down to a 4. That's our gut feelings. But we get 2 more drama, which puts our drama up to a 7. Well, you know, you're sure wearing this tie is a statement. You're not sure what kind of statement though. Definitely a statement. Well, our drama's high now. Maybe that'll help us. I guess it helped us find liars, usually. Yeah. It kind of helps us to find out when someone's telling the truth or not. Which is useful, I suppose, for a police officer. Hey, another plastic bottle. That's another 10 cents. We might not have to sleep in the free room. So actually, those will be the apartments. There. What's this? Sounds of life in the north. The washboard scrubs filth from fabric. Cinder blocks charred. A makeshift fire pit with magazines for lighting. Oh, these will be the drunks. The bushes are too thick and thorny to pass through. Oh, we've got to go all the way around. Oh, some children here. Wonder if they know Kuno. And the street sign is illegible below the graffito. Hard to see the details, the colour, all warm and welcoming, are cozy though. A flower trough where nothing really grows, maybe in spring. Hello, children. The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth. You must be Lilienne's twins. This one doesn't say anything, kicking the concrete with his worn-out sneaker. Lily's our mum, explains the other one, tongue still lolling out of his mouth. I already said that. The stone kicker laughs suddenly. His head is too large for his shoulders. The other one laughs as well. Wow, so intellectually stimulating. You guys look identical. The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The obvious fact that you just stated. Hey, just looks like me, the other one says. Yeah, I said that. The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt. You're bad with kids, Lieutenant remarks with evident glee. What are you, Kidmaster General? Maybe I am, he grins. Now, how about some actual police work? We're not getting anything out of here. Children are stupid. Haha! The scruffy-haired little kid laughs, as though in agreement. You're stupid, the other one tells him, suddenly very serious. Okay, how about the policeman asks you something else now? Okay, the scruffy-haired boy squints up at you. See ya. Well, definitely got a lot there. What about in here? Hey, another bottle. Don't worry. Oh, I missed the bench to sit on. I mean, what more could I want than a bench to sit on? The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting. Lieutenant looks down at the street. We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go. You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kit Saragi is gone. Ah, it's a, if you need somewhere to sleep for free. I got it. Right. Hello there, drunks. I'm going to speak to this one first. Probably speaking to all three at the same time.
Hey, tequila!
A 30-something man clad in a two-piece Lycra TM tracksuit puts down his Pilsner and extends a hand in greeting.
Good to see ya! How's business? How's the old reality situation treating ya?
Let's shake his hand.
So what's happening?
Wait, tequila?
Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the, high-concept, reality-based adventures proceeding?
He says it like, it's obviously your name. Like you call someone Billy Brunel or leader of the 4th Street Gang. Good, these people know your true name. Looks like it has preceded you, Mr. Sunset. More on that later. Reality, it makes me aggressively sad.
I know what you mean. Sitting around with these bums who really get to know the nitty-gritty of reality, and it isn't good.
He looks at his buddies with mock appreciation.
Things aren't going super well for Idiot Doomspiral either. Haven't found those keys yet. Haven't won that great piece of arts back. No word for my business buddies.
He takes a sip from his beer. What is a tequila sunrise? You keep saying it. It's you. You're Tequila Sunrise. How do you know this? We met before, don't you remember? Nope. You sure don't. Nope. Aha! He takes a sip from his beer. You want to know how Tequila Sunset came to be? I've said sunrise every other time, haven't I? Yep. Tequila Sunset. Something ominous there. For some reason, no, so you know what? Go ahead. I want to know what it means. Let me take a sip to moisten up my chords. He takes a big sip, then begins. Tequila Sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday.
And by tequila sunset, I mean you, the man, the myth.
Wait, did we meet on Friday?
Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting.
He takes another sip, then continues.
You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz, because as far as I know, all you did was get pissed drunk. Word on the street is that you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer and that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head right in front of them. That's pretty high concept if you ask me.
Lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can. What happened then?
Well, it was last Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, we were getting a drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. We got a drink on 24/7, makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling. Anyway, one moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza, followed by a series of dings and bangs.
Do you remember the sound of wood cracking, the billboard?
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in.
Naturally.
Anyway, there was a brief silence, and a grasp of silence, if you will, followed by a real commotion. We heard a carriage careening towards the coast at top speed. Sounded like someone jumped to the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic. What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you, right there on the beach. You revved up the engine and then screamed at the top of your lungs. The time hath come. So naturally, being a curious cat, I am asked, what time hath come? To which you replied, the time hath come for tequila sunset, the end of all things.
Oh god, what happens next?
Well, your reality contracted, you jammed the pedal, ploughed right off the jetty and through the ice. We ran towards the ice whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit, like some kind of sea monster. Anyway, when we finally got there, you said you were sitting on the beach crying, and said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there though, the carriage has sunk too deep. Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us, which you naturally agreed to. We asked about the whole tequila sunset thing, and you told us that was your name now, and insisted we call you that from now on.
My real name is Harry.
No, that's just what your mother called you. Your real name's Tequila Sunset, just embrace it, brother.
How long did we party for?
Oh, hours. It was all night, drink-a-thon. Then at some point, I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about the Revacholian woman. They're beautiful and also whores and so on. And one of them fucked you real bad. After a short while, you crossed the event horizon, looked sullen, got up and left without saying anything.
Wow, that is quite a story.
Yeah, I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct. You must be proud to work with him.
If you only knew. Did they tell you anything specific about this person that fucked me?
Oh, you were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been fucked too.
Please, don't open that door.
No one fucked me. I do the fucking around here. Abigail. It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say that you're still working through some shit.
Okay, did I mention losing anything else?
What, besides your gun and your badge? Oh, you said something about hope, heart or something. To be honest, the details are a little hazy. In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too. That's a big one.
Did I say anything about my colleagues?
Oh, you told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was cramping your style.
It's more like you were cramping theirs.
No specifics though. It was more about you that night. You were the star of the show.
Alright, did I say anything about the case?
Yeah, you said it was no biggie and you'd solve it in no time.
He takes a strong quaff of his beer.
You don't need anyone to do it, you're doing it solo now. A lot of cubs go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
It's not meant as a joke. He's sorry for the hermit cult. Did we talk about politics?
Yeah, you kept talking about how the coal mine owners were fucking us all over like that woman fucked you. I agree with you, by the way. The spectral hand of the market makes sure that everyone gets exactly what they deserve.
He takes a strong sip of beer. Did you get a read on what kind of cop I was?
You kept apologising for being such a bad cop, and for the damage you've inflicted on everyone around you. You also kept pausing to knock the heel of your hand against your temple, saying, "Stupid, stupid, stupid."
Well, I don't need to hear any more.
He nods. It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past, that's why I avoid mine at all costs.
What do you guys do around here?
Oh, we're saving the world.
He looks at his comrades.
Please don't call. The man begs the man in the pipe.
Oh, okay, we're drinking alcohol, that's what we're doing. I tried to save the world once a long time ago, with enterprise, creativity and willpower, but that didn't work out. So now it's a pirate's life for me.
Yo ho ho ho. Anyway, you seem like you're characterized by your storytelling ability. Want to tell me another sometime?
What to do? Now I'm a fucking storyteller,
he says, slapping his knee.
Right, why not? Better than a beach bum.
You want to tell me how you became Idiot Doom Spiral?
It depends, really. Are you willing to help me out?
You might get scammed here. I have a feeling this is going to cost me a lot.
No, the reality of the situation requires a rather modest contribution. A little motivational package.
What do you need?
Booze. Did you already forget our party?
He taps a finger to his temple.
The thing I relayed to you earlier. So, do you have anything good for good old Idiot Doom Spiral? A bottle for a story. Seems fair to me.
Yeah, I've got a Post Pilsner right here.
Oh, not much, but it'll do.
He grabs the bottle from your hand and uncorks it immediately. Before he can start, one of the other bums interjects.
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that? Don't call me Abigail.
Shut up, guys, I'm telling a story here.
He turns to you.
Something happened to you. Something happened to me too. My actual name is George, but around here, well, you already know. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual. A founder / junior partner at my high concept creative services agency. When my story begins, I just landed a major contract with an insurance firm.
Alright, go on.
Well, I used the profits from my agency to finance what I call a cultural incubator. Abstract value generation, value per person, high concept stuff. I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm, but the leader of the burden of leadership weighed down heavily on me. So I went jogging every so often, keeping myself sane.
Okay, did it help?
Well, it did. With my trusty Sansirki tracksuit, I felt I could conquer the world. But no dreams are worn thin, much like my tracksuit,
he says thoughtfully, brushing dust off his shit-stained pants. What happened?
Well, one day I left him on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted by the sounds of keys jangling in your pocket.
He shakes the bottle, makes a ringing sound. His eyes are clouded, his dilated blood vessels encircling his irises like stinging brambles. His eyes are your eyes.
So, I removed the keyring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets. Stop the jangling, you see. At least that was the plan. Anyway, I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation became very wet very quickly.
How wet are we talking exactly?
Oh, it was a day not unlike this one here.
You both glanced skyward.
I made my way back home. I discovered I didn't have the key to the front gate. I'd mixed up it with the key to letterbox, which was useless. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did, but there was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass. I'm gonna say ouch. Ouch indeed. Reality was looking rather grim, and then me lying on my ass in a mud pit in the middle of a heavy shower. But life knocked me down, I always got up. So I made my way across the yard, standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling with my pockets, because I'd also forgotten my apartment key.
You gotta be shitting me. He turns his head towards the skies and says,
I wish I were, Tequila. I wish I were. Instead of my apartment key, I'd taken a key to the office.
okay, so what am next?
Well, I rang my neighbours' buzzers. It was late and most of them didn't even answer. Those who did assumed I was trying to sell them something, and hung before I could even explain the situation. People are naturally wary of admin, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you bought a box of edible lingerie to strap on. I don't begrudge them, especially since I was known to be one of the best.
He pauses meaningfully. Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. I still had the key to my office. I could wait out the storm there. But when I reached my office, I remember I asked one of my producers to change the locks that day, and since I only hired the best, he'd already done it, and I couldn't get in. Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years. My girlfriend left me because she doesn't want to date a homeless man, and the company, well, you see where I'm going with this. So, now you heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you ever heard, huh?
He takes a long swig of his drink. Well, look on the bright side. You got one hell of a story.
Yeah, maybe I exaggerated certain parts over the years. When you tell a story too often, it begins to take a life of its own. Anyway, what matters is it's true to my subjective experience. Anyway, it was all the story. One bottle gets you.
He looks at it.
Almost empty, this one.
Truly, he has the soul of an artist. Why'd you keep losing all your stuff?
Well, good fucking question, Tequila. If I knew the answer, you think I'd be hanging out on a beach in this formerly premium but now extremely dirty two-piece light tracksuit. I used to own my own reality situation. My business buddies and I had our own creative services agency. Had a nice apartment, even nicer piece of ass now. Oh, it somehow got away from me. I got on to some along last week. I stole this nice new jacket and I lost it too. Only thing is I haven't lost to these two drunks.
You of all people should empathize with this. Perhaps this lost jacket is something you could help with. Wait a second. Does he own the agency that was at the other place? What's the name of your agency?
My agency, man.
He takes a long, melancholy sip.
The Boom Boom Room. Our concept was combining high art with the lowest form of marketing. The colour red, breasts and oil painting. I convinced my partners to reinvest some of their profits in an even more high concept cultural incubator called Thin Air. The artists were happy, the clients were happy. I was financing a group of poets in East Ravachol who was developing a new universal poetic language. Then all went to shit.
He looks at the bay. Looks like it makes no sense, but that's because it doesn't. Well, that's so high concept, I have no idea what it means.
I know.
He takes a long wistful sip of his beer.
It was fucking awesome. I know.
He takes a long wistful sip of his pilsner.
Until I went on a jog, unleashing a cascade of doom that washed it all away.
What's up with the tracksuit?
What? You never seen a 100% lycra before? Go on, feel that primo material.
The man extends his arm. You really shouldn't touch it. Touch it. Hey, it passed. With a wait, my success still lowered my morale. Okay. Good God, It's almost impossible to describe how dirty this texture is. It's like rubbing two jellyfish skins together. You feel about 15% less human for having touched it. Randomized trials have also found that lycra, TM, to be associated with a number of exotic, highly malignant cancers. So, you also have that to look forward to. And then there's the smell. You don't even want to think about that.
Pretty nice, This might be the last of its kind. Should probably be in a museum, honestly.
He takes another sip. Wow, you're lucky. He never lets me feel it. Oh my.
Oh, it's because your paws are fucking filthy, Rosie. And we're right next to the bay. You can wash them any time.
What about the other drunks?
My fellow members of the Union of the Moribund Alcoholics. You're exactly what they look like.
Hey, Tequila, you
Want to buy some speed? What the fuck up, Rosemary? He's a corpora member. I thought he was a cool cop.
Don't call me Abigail.
Oh, this is Abs.
The man points to the man. He points to the man in the pipe.
Oh yeah, that's basically us. We drink together.
What's this about a lost jacket?
Oh, Tequila, it's verifiable tragedy. It was practically brand new. Sure, it didn't really go with my lucratium threads, but oh, it did itch a lot less.
It looks at you bleary-eyed.
Say, you're a detective, right? Maybe you can help old Doom Spiral out, solve the case of the missing jacket. What you say, Tequila?
Okay, sure. Where'd you lose it?
Oh, if I knew where I lost it, you think I'd have... Don't you think I'd have it? I mean, well, maybe I was up by the boardwalk or walking along the beach or checking the abandoned fish market.
That's a lot of places.
Somewhere north of here, that's for sure. You can ask around and see if anyone else has seen it.
Let me ask you something else.
I'm all ears, Tequila.
You know, I can't do any more of him. I'll be seeing you. Actually, have you got any more stories?
I do, but as you can see, my fuel tank is running quite low, if you catch my drift.
He spins the bottle in his hand. Not a single drop of liquid remains. I don't have any on me right now.
Cotton mouth is keeping my tongue imprisoned.
He's seeing you.
See you too, Tequila Sunset.
Right. Well, we got a new quest. How about this? How about Don't Call Me Abigail?
Don't call Abigail.
Don't call Abigail. Don't call. I thought you were saying don't call me Abigail. Anyway, whatever. Grumbles an unshaven man with a ruddy nose. He narrows his eyes at you as if in recognition, then turns his head away. The noxious odour emanating from the drunken man is strong and familiar.
Don't you call her, you hear? Don't call Abigail.
Who is Abigail?
Oh, Abigail. Don't you fucking call Abigail.
You're not going to get anything from this guy. He's too drunk. Who are you? What's your name? Actually, why shouldn't I call Abigail? He snorts and beckons you to lean in closer. His breath smells harsh like a toxic swamp as he whispers to you,
Don't call Abigail, don't call Abigail,
and waves his hand as if shooing you away. Where am I? What is this place? The man hiccups and mumbles something unintelligible. Who are you? What's your name? His eyes move around erratically, the look in them hazy and unfocused.
Don't call me Abigail, he says.
I am on an important official investigation. I demand you answer my questions.
There's no use in yelling at drunks, the lieutenant interjects. He's barely holding it together.
The drunk man starts coughing. A really disgusting hacking cough. Tell me about your friends. He glares at you.
Oh, you fucking call her, you hear me?
The voice trembles every word, becoming even weaker.
Abigail,
he whimpers in the end.
Don't.
The man stammers.
Don't call.
Slowly his head nods off to the side and he passes out, tongue dangling from his mouth.
There was little chance he'd be a reliable witness anyway.
Alright, well, one down. Hey, Rosemary.
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy?
He spreads his arms as if wanting to embrace you. Good to see you too, friend.
So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap, very cheap. I got Pilsner, great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real. Also, I have speed. And by speed, I mean amphetamine.
Amphetamine? Aye, by amphetamine I mean speed. I thought by speed you meant amphetamine. Aye, that's what I said. Right, got it. Good, good, my man. He takes a chug from his beer bottle. Now, what can I offer you? Quite the business venture you've set up here. Oh, he gets a proud gleam in his eyes. The system's been good to old Rosemary. Here, I'm milking her like a bitch ghost in the backyard. What do you mean? You see, friend, he raises his index finger. Man makes his own luck, and I made mine real good. Got my hands on 3 bottles of liquor exquisite, and sold 2 of the fellows around here, and immediately invested the profit. Bought cigarettes, bought beer, even bought a bit of speed. It looks at me, and look at me now, I got everything on my hook. He spreads his arms and smiles a crooked, toothless smile. The hook, where is it? I can't see it. Looks like you're on your own hook, too. Oh, of course, of course, of course. The drunk raises his pilsner and nods. It is what it is, you know. It's always been. People, buddy boy, it's the people. Why does this bottle of spirits cost 300 real? See, friend, he brings out 1 litre bottle of bluish liquid. The mouth is corked shut. Is real valuable. Worth every real if you catch my drift. Got it from a business venture. No one can buy spirits for 300 real. That's just crazy. You know what's crazy, actually? He grins, then bursts out laughing and takes 3 gulps of his pilsner and stares at you intently. He's finding it difficult to focus his watery gaze. What is? What? What do you mean? What do you think was crazy earlier? This guy, he says and shakes his index finger at you. Where'd you get the bottle of spirits from? Oh, I got it from this is medicinal spirits. Good stuff. Got it from the doctor's office. I got one of those scientific ampules a few months ago. Torpedo, they called it. Supposed to keep a man from taking a drink. He spits a nasty yellow clot on the ground before you. You didn't stop me for shit, that's for sure. His voice rings with pride. 5 lemons with half a pack of butter and you're good to go. It's a good tip, I should remember it. Well, it really isn't, he croaks. In a week, the goddamn kidneys started giving me all kinds of hell. Finally, the missus took me to a private doctor. Not a charity, the real thing. Those assholes. He is visibly angry. Assholes charged me 4 real to move the damn thing, but I came out on top after all. Okay, how? Those idiots left me alone in there. I used to teach high-tech biology. I know what doctors use to preserve dead thingies. He gets an excited gleam in his eyes. Swipe 3 cans of this blue medicinal stuff from the back room. Threw the snakes out and voila! What's left is beautiful blue stuff. He shakes the bottle. 98.7% pure alcohol. 2 are already sold to these fine gentlemen here. He nods to his companions, but his last one is yours for 3 real if you want it. Don't say it. I think it'll prove useful, yes. 3 real and it's yours, friend. The deal of a lifetime. Well done, you got it. That makes a much more reasonable price right there. Makes sense now. I'm gonna buy the spirits. I don't want anything else. We're good. See ya. In the civilized world, it's custom to tip the shopkeep, friend, but come back anyway. He waves you off. Well, with that, with our new bottle of spirits, which I'm just going to read. The liquid has an unearthly blue tint, the kind that might or might not, but definitely does glow in the dark. This is 98.7% pure alcohol. Keep it away from an open flame. At least, if nothing else, we made a profit. But yeah, we found some new stuff here, and I think it's probably time to end the episode. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.